Hi, I'm Nikki from Find Me Crafting. A few months ago, I stumbled upon the idea for a crafting tool. I made myself one, and now it has become one of my absolute must-have in my craft room essential crafting tools. It's called a Pokey Tool. Yep, that's actually the name of it. It's got a pointy like end here. Then you just sort of decorate this barrel area with beads and fun stuff just for the fun of it. Let me tell you why you're absolutely gonna wanna have these. No matter what kind of crafting you're doing, this thing is amazing. If you're sewing, you can use it as a sewing stiletto for guiding fabric and tricky parts under your sewing machine needle. It's also awesome to hold down pieces that you're ironing on your ironing board so you can get real close to them and hold them in place while you iron and not burn your fingers. It's also great for removing the backing to sewing tape, hem tape, all that sort of stuff with the backings. It's great for any tape that has a backing. If you're doing any kind of paper crafting, it can also remove little bits of stuck paper from dies, and you can use it to punch small holes in paper. It's also great at picking up rhinestones or pearls or other embellishments and placing them where you want them to go. It's fantastic for cleaning out dried glue from glue bottles, and it can also help you weed out vinyl or other designs that you've cut with a Cricut or a Silhouette. There are just so many ways to use this versatile tool, like picking up layers of fabric from a stack of cut pieces for quilting. And if there's a way to add glitter or bling or Disney to pretty much any craft, that's the option I'm going to take. You can add Disney Doorables or other small figurines to the top of your Pokey Tool. I'll also show you how to add little charms or dangles to the end of a Pokey Tool if maybe Disney's not your thing. And I'm all about making things easy and fast for you and for me for crafting, which is why I have this free printable that you can download. You can cut them out and have this nifty little explanation card for your Pokey Tool in case you wanted to give it away. Once you use one of these things, you're going to wonder how you ever crafted without it. Come on, I'll show you how. Let's talk about what you're going to need for supplies. You are, of course, going to need the pokey stick part of your Pokey Tool. If you have a Hobby Lobby near you, you can get a stainless steel scribe pen. These work really, really well, and they do have a loop on the end. That works great if you're adding a charm, or you can just leave them empty. You don't have to add anything at all to the top if you don't want to. If you wanted to add a Disney Doorable or other small figurine to the top, you are, of course, going to need the Disney Doorable or figurine. And then you're going to want one of these really long upholstery needles. They do have a needle eye at the end. This does not pose a problem at all. You can stick the Doorable right on top. Another option are these turkey lacers. I don't particularly care for those. I find these very easy to work with, but that is another great option. You are, of course, going to want some beads. I bought all of mine from Hobby Lobby, but if you wanted to buy these anywhere else, all you need to keep in mind is that you want it to have a larger eye, a larger hole here in the middle so that whatever Pokey Tool piece you're using will fit through the center. If you wanted, you could also use a metal spacer. These are 11 millimeters. These are just another design element. You're going to want some glue. This is JB Weld Super Weld Extreme, and it is the one that I find holds the best. Some clear earring backs that look like this. These work great for protecting the end of the Pokey Tool, or really protecting you from the end of your Pokey Tool. This style of clear earring back, these work great at the bottom of your beads. They are going to hold it in place most definitely. With the glue, these are pretty sturdy and rock solid. I just feel a little extra secure if I glue one of these to the bottom. If you're using the scribe pens from Hobby Lobby, they come with this earring back and one of these earring backs. And if you're adding a Disney Doorable or other figurine, you're also going to want a hand drill like this and a 2.2 millimeter drill bit. This is for making the hole in the bottom of the Disney Doorable wider so that the needle will actually fit inside. If you wanted to add some kind of charm or tassel to the top of your Pokey Tool, you will need the charm or tassel itself, some jump rings, a pair of needle nose pliers, and a jump ring closing tool or a second pair of needle nose pliers. And if you're giving any Pokey tools away, this cellophane bag makes it look quite professional and will fit them perfectly. No matter which of the sticks you're using, the application process is pretty much the same. So I'm going to start this one with one of the scribe pins. I'm just going to apply some glue down here near what will be the top and add my first bead. When you get down there, you want to spin it a little bit, see if you can coat the inside. These have such a large hole that I'm not going to be filling it all in with glue, but I do try to maximize how much glue I get in there. And then you just keep applying glue and adding your pieces. And to be honest, I'm trying more to glue the pieces to one another than to the pin because the hole is so large. And you just keep applying glue and adding your pieces. And twisting them around until you get to where you want to stop. Now, I like to leave between 3/4 of an inch with no beads up to 2.5 inches, which is a dramatic difference. And I guess it really just depends on what you think you're going to be using your Pokey tool for. For many of the things that I use my Pokey tool for, I like to have just about 3/4 of an inch to an inch at the bottom. And that works great because you can hold the beads kind of like a fat pen. And I find it really comfortable to use and play with. But if you are using it, say, to clean out a glue tube and you need to stick it down farther in, you may want more of a section here at the bottom open with no beads. So you just determine how many beads you want to add, how much you want to leave open. And there's really no wrong way to do it. It's just what's going to be most useful to you or to the person you're making it for. Once you get all your beads on and you have the section that you want to leave open with no beads, just ready to go, now it's time to add the little clear earring back. This is what secures everything, makes it very, very unlikely to come undone. So I've applied a little bit of glue down there. And you're just going to slide this on. And you just want to slide it all the way up and make sure all of your beads are pushed together. And you want to snug that right up to the bottom bead. And then this part is complete and it just needs to dry. And the instructions will say that it is best to leave it for 24 hours to fully cure. If you want to add a tassel or a charm to the end, let me show you how to do that. It's quite simple. You're going to grab your needle nose pliers. I'm going to be using 2 jump rings and the tassel. So all you have to do is open up this jump ring, which I'm going to show you how to do. You use your needle nose pliers and grip it. I'm gripping it to the right of the opening. And I'm going to slide my opening tool onto my finger. If you don't have an opening tool, you can use a second set of needle nose pliers for this next step. I just insert the other side into the slot. And I'm going to be pushing in opposite directions. So with my left hand, I'm going to push sort of down and away. And with my right hand, I'm going to twist toward me. So you insert the jump ring into the tool and just twist. And it pops right open. So I'm going to slip this jump ring into my tassel itself. I'm going to put it back into the jump ring tool and just go in opposite direction. So now my left hand is moving toward me. My right hand is moving away from me. And it just closes it back up. Easy peasy like that. I'm going to grab my second jump ring and open it back up the same way I just opened the other one. And I'm going to attach that to the jump ring I just put on my tassel. And now it's time to slip this end through my Pokey tool loop and just reverse it so you're closing it back up. It isn't dangling enough for me. I don't like it as much. I'm going to add a 3rd jump ring so that it dangles a little bit more. And that process is just the same as before, where you're opening it up. Now I'm going to slide my 3rd jump ring through the loop and close it up. And I like how that dangles a bit more. So that is all you have to do to attach a charm or a dangle of any kind to your Pokey tool. If you want to add a Disney Doorable to the top, like my friend Kuzco over here, let me show you how to do that. We need to first increase the size of the hole in the bottom because the needle doesn't fit into that little hole. So you grab your hand drill and your 2.2 millimeter drill bit and you turn it toward what I think of as the left to open the little aperture here at the end. And I'm not sure I'm not sure if that's what you call it, but that's how I think of it. And you slide that drill bit in and then twist it toward the right, sort of a righty-tighty situation. Give it one good twist so you know your drill bit is in there solidly. And then I'm just going to use the hole that's already in the Doorable. And I'm going to put the drill bit in and I'm going to hold it firmly with my left and start pushing and twisting with my right. And you're going to see that plastic coming out of the bottom. That's the goal. We want to remove that. And I'm just going to push and twist and push and twist and push and twist. And then when you think you've probably got it deep enough, I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to turn it, bring it back out of the bottom of the Doorable. It'll also bring out most of that plastic debris with it. And then I'm going to test it. I'm just going to see if my needle fits in there. Yep, it does. So I feel like that's pretty good. That's pretty far in. You can see I've got most of the eye completely inside there. So now we just need to add some of our glue to the top here where the eye of the needle is. And we're going to stick that into the hole. We want to get that as far in as we can. So sometimes I'll set it down and press on it. When it seems like it's on there pretty well, then it's time to just add more glue to your needle and add beads, just like we did for the other one. While you're doing this, I find it quite handy to have some baby wipes around because sometimes I get a little overzealous with the glue. I don't know if you can see that blob kind of in the middle. And before it dries, if you just grab a baby wipe and wipe it off, you're good. It's gone. It's not going to be a problem. Once you have all your beads and the Doorable on, you're going to add just a little bit more glue. And then you want to slide one of the clear earring backs on to secure everything. And these can be tight, so you got to push them down and hopefully not stab yourself in the process. It seems like that would take the joy out of crafting. Sometimes I will grab my needle nose pliers and use that to just push down on it so I can snug it all the way up here toward the bead and then just let it cure for 24 hours. As I'm letting my Pokey Tools cool, I like to stack them in this cup that has random other things in it, but I like to stack them upright like this so that gravity is working for me and it's pushing all my beads down, and hopefully all of the glue is going to dry as the beads are touching. Once they've cured, all you have to do is pop one of the clear earring backs onto the tip of the Pokey Tool to protect it. Then you can package them in cellophane bags and include the free printable info card so buyers or gift recipients know all the ways to use them. These tools make awesome handmade gifts and are perfect items for craft shows or your online shop. They are small but mighty. They're quick to make, affordable, customizable, and best of all, they really work. Happy crafting!